steps. You got to do it. Faith is the only thing that will overcome fear. Did you hear what I said? Faith is the only thing that will overcome fear. You got to have faith. And sometimes we go, I don't have faith. You know, I was sitting with, I'm going to name you. I was sitting with TJ. We're sitting next to each other, and Sherry says, you're going to have to say something about being an overcomer. I'm like, no. I'm overcoming, but I am not an overcomer. I'm just a mess. I am this. You know, this is who I am. No, ladies, we're overcomers. We're overcomers even when we fall on our face. Because you know what? He's going, I want to pick you up. Even though you did that, even though you jumped, even though you're the one that made that step, I'm waiting for you. I just want to wrap my arms around you. I want to love you. He doesn't go, I'm going to smack you like I want to do with my kids. Is that what you want to do with your kids? You know, I remember I used to have a joke with my kids. I'd drive down the road, and I said, when we're driving, when we had a smaller car before we got a big van, we'd drive down the road, I'd slam on the brakes, they'd slide forward, I could smack them. If they were doing things wrong. Aren't you glad God doesn't do that to us? He doesn't drive down the road and slam on the brakes and slap us. He's just going, I love you. Just like you are. Right now. You don't got to do anything to make me love you. There is nothing that you can do that's going to make me love you more than I do right now. Nothing. He loves you where you are. But you know what you got to do? You got to take some steps. You know, I was sharing with a girl one day, we were talking about getting a job. And I said, you know, yeah, God can knock on your door and say, I'm going to give you that job you want. But if you're laying on the couch eating bonbons, chances of that happening is slim and none. Now, I'm not saying God can't do it, because He can. But don't you know, if you get yourself out and you start looking for that job and you knock on the doors and you spend 8 hours a day looking for a job like you would if you were working, you'll find a job. God's going to give it to you. Same thing with our walk with Him. If we want to know Him better, we got to take those steps. We got to walk. Sometimes it's a baby step. Sometimes it's a leap. Sometimes it's like I said earlier, it's a crawl. Fear. What is fear? You probably heard this saying. Fear is false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. Most of the time, the stuff we worry about never happens. It never happens. So we sit there and we worry and we're consumed and we are overwhelmed with things that isn't going to happen. You know, I learned about this the hard way. We were walking outside of Costco one day, I was. And as I was walking out of Costco, a lot of you know my granddaughter has a terminal illness called cystic fibrosis. And as I was walking out of Costco, I looked to my right, and there were coffins there. They actually sell coffins at Costco. Come on. And so I seen them, and I was having one of those days when I tell you, you're already in the pit, man, you need to stop, worship, spend some time with God, but instead I'm trying to do all my stuff. And so I saw that, and all I did was start thinking about what was going to happen. What the future was going to be like. What casket was going to be picked out. What service was going to happen. What this, what that. And I mean, it was ridiculous. And as I'm walking out of the parking lot through the traffic, I almost get hit by a car. And I'm looking, and it's like the Holy Spirit said, stop. You may not be here tomorrow. Do you know, I may not be here tomorrow, especially walking in front of traffic. But the problem is, we get consumed with what we think the future holds. Ladies, false evidence appearing